Welcome to the Sandwich Crunch, where we navigate the trends and issues for seniors and boomers in the home, workplace, and the community. I'm Bonnie Kuhn, and very happy to introduce our guest tonight, Sandra Ackiclose, and she is an author, massage therapist, and also you were a past PE teacher, and you were a high school teacher. You have quite a bit of a history. What I wanted to kick off with, first of all, is that you made the news in the Union Democrat. Congratulations on a really wonderful article.
Thank you.
When woman takes hands-on approach to healing arts. So we're here today to talk about your life legacy and how you came to create your life legacy.
Well, actually, my life legacy was created unexpectedly for me, and my inspiration rose from my patients, my clients who've inspired me because they put their trust and confidence in my skills as a therapeutic massage therapist.
And you put together a book called My Passion, My Journey, My Passion, My Story.
Yes.
And this is a really amazing book. And
Thank you very much, Bonnie.
It's an easy but very direct read. It explains what you do and how the massage therapy is useful and helpful in a variety of ways. And you've been doing exceptionally well with the sales of this. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you kindly.
So I thought you'd share with us what inspired you, aside from the people that you've worked with in your industry, to write the book.
Again, my inspiration comes from my patients and my clients, but to the fact that I came from the Bay Area, the hustle and bustle of the Bay. I came to the beautiful mountains in Arnold. I've been here 6 years now, and I also work with Dr. Margaret Hornick, the chiropractor. I have 28 years of chiropractic experience as a massage therapist, and a total of 29 years as a therapeutic massage therapist. And the reason I say therapeutic is the fact that I'm not a spa therapist.
That you're not.
No.
I've worked with you.
I work with people who have muscular strain, pain, headaches, carpal tunnel. And just the fact that I can work and help my clients and my patients. And if I can't, then I refer them out to another alternative or to Dr. Margaret Hornick. She's a fantastic person to work with. We are a team. And in my book, I mentioned and dedicated the book to she as one of the doctors I've worked for, that we are a team. And the fact that I know the knowledge of chiropractic makes it much easier to work with.
So was that why you selected this topic, the massage therapy topic?
In terms of the book, is because I work in the healthcare environment, and I wanted to express in words the type of skills that I have and the techniques that I use. And trigger point therapy is my technique that I have found over all these years that works best in relieving pain.
Pain for any form. I have worked with you, and you are very helpful in working through a lot of different issues within the muscle terrier, and you do understand the body because you also have not only the education in massage therapy, but you also have a background, I believe, is it biology?
My graduate and undergraduate degrees were in physical education, health sciences, and biology. So the body for me is that's the knowledge I have. And over the years, I've learned a lot about the body, and I'm still learning, for example, from Dr. Margaret Hornig. Biomechanics is something that I'm very much aware of. When I watch people, when they sit, when they walk, if I'm out and about, I watch people walk. And I pretty much could almost say, I know which muscle groups are out of balance, front to back to sideways. And I just watch. I watch people walk, children. And it's amazing, and the elderly, as they start to hump. Just watching people, body mechanics, because that's my life now. And with massage therapy, when someone is injured, the body compensates. So I have to work with trying to rebalance through my skills, and also as an exercise therapist, they do get exercises. And I always say to a client or a patient, there is no magic bullet.
Everybody would like that magic bullet,
right,
but there isn't one.
There isn't a magic, especially when an individual is getting older, the body changes, so I have to be aware of what I need to help them with to make corrections and to make them feel better so that they can move more efficiently.
And that's a key, because as we age, the body does change, and certain areas of the body slow, either because of arthritis or because of the chronic illnesses or chronic conditions that you're dealing with. And those issues are something that I know you pay attention to when working with a client. And that's essential when working with a massage therapist. And like you say, you are not a spa therapist. If you want a spa therapist, go to a spa.
Right.
But if you want a true massage therapist who can work with you and understand your muscles, understand your bone structure, understand how your body should actually be carried, you can help them with that, and also help them alleviate some of the pains that they are working with.
When I get a new patient or client, and as they're walking towards me, again, I'm analyzing body mechanics. And then when I'm talking with them or interviewing them prior to the massage, for me, the most important thing as a therapist is to listen to the patient or client. And when you listen to them, they know that you're understanding the problem. It doesn't go in one ear and out the other. And then I follow up by saying, you know, you picked a massage therapist that was an educator, so now this is going to be an educational experience, and I mentioned that in the book. I'm not just working on you to make you feel better. I actually teach them muscles, and they respond, and they'll name a muscle, but they get an educational experience, plus the help as needed, plus I need to communicate with them and to understand and to listen to them. It doesn't go in one ear and out the other.
Well, that's a gift a lot of doctors do not have, or therapists, or anyone in the medical field. Not anyone, but a lot of people just don't have that ability to listen. They hear it, but it seems to bounce off. So you do hear it, and you do digest it, and you do communicate it very, very clearly.
You know, the many years ago that I got in 1985, when I had my first massage class, and it was strictly in Swedish massage. And of course, over the time, I've gotten into different styles, techniques. I would have never thought that I was going to become a massage therapist. I was to be retired as a school teacher. But at the time I went into massage, positions in the physical education field were not opening up. And I thought, okay. And so I went to the University of Oregon, taught, and for some reason, something kept me moving. The journey was starting. I was starting to feel, no, I can't stay at U of O. Great experience, though. I came down here, and for some reason, there was something else pulling me in a different direction. And the energy was getting stronger. And then when I came to the mountains, I got more into the energy work. This is energy. I move energy through patients. Everything is energy. The lights that we're under is energy. And So I had a Reiki instructor. I took Reiki 1 and 2, which is involving energy, and she is also mentioned in my book. But energy is so important in our world and life. And if someone would just take time to sit and say, energy, this is energy, everything's energy. And I think about that word every time I put my hands on a client and I'm moving the energy and redistributing the energy and teaching them how to breathe, teaching them the cycle of how you respond to my trigger point therapy. And again, that's the educational experience that I convey to my patients and clients.
So you've conveyed your teaching aspect. You bring that to your clients. How did you get started on writing your life legacy, though? This is your life legacy. This is something you are passing on to not only your clients, but those that you have worked with, professionals in the field, others that are interested in the field, or others just flat out interested not only in your story, but in massage therapy. So what was it that got you started?
Well, as from the beginning of the book got me started, I think it got started when I told my mother I was going into the military because my family didn't have the money to send me to be a gym teacher. And it just, I believe, Bonnie, it started there. But it didn't dawn on me that it was going to be a journey. And then when something kept pulling me, no, I'm not supposed to stay here. I'm not supposed to stay at the University of Oregon. I was supposed to come down to the Bay. The Bay didn't do it for me. Then I came up to Arnold. That was where it all started. It was completely different energy, the concept of nature, and the fact that this is what I'm going to do. I need to put this on paper.
So what motivated you inside to write the book? Because you actually hand wrote this book.
Yes, I did. I do not use computers.
No, that's okay. We talked about that. And actually, we talked about this whole story, getting you to write this book quite some time ago. And what was it that really finally caught you to say, I need to sit down and write my story because this is something I need to share and tell everybody?
Passion. Passion. You know, I love what I do and do what I love. It has become a passion, not the fact that someone's going to pay me X number of dollars for an hour massage. It's in my heart. It's in my soul now. And I've got many more years to go now when I'm 109 years old. But my hands, to me, I never knew I had the talent and the skills until, again, I came to the mountains. I came to the beautiful mountain country. But it's become a passion. And I think what I need to convey to people is that if there's something that you enjoy doing, make it your passion. Grasp hold of it and say, I'm going to really do what I love. Incorporate happiness, harmony, and love. And I learned a couple weeks ago, there's 3 lines that was from Arthur Ashe. Arthur Ashe, of course, is deceased as a professional tennis player. And he said, start where you are. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Live your life. Too many individuals are in a profession, they dread getting up in the morning, going to work, but they get the paycheck. You know, I have done so much in terms of, someone will say, Sandy, I don't have the money to do this. I said, don't worry about the money. Don't worry about it. And some people may disagree with that. But yes, you know, if you've got $40, $50, and you know, some massage therapists that may listen to this or hear this may disagree, I don't know. But there are a lot of excellent therapists. They all have their passion. They all have what they like to do. I know I have a massage therapist that works on me because massage therapy, me as a therapist, I consider myself an athlete. You have to have the endurance, the strength to work 3 or 4 massages a day, X number a week.
That's a lot of work. I got to say, massaging a body 4 or 5 times a day or 3 or 4 times a day, that's a lot of work. And you are really fit.
I try.
You play golf and you are very active. And so you are not just sitting on the sidelines.
No,
You
cardiovascular,
You are very
strength
active.
training,
Yes.
weightlifting, and balance exercises and hand exercises. And like I said, I have many more miles to go with these hands.
Well, we're going to have you live a lot more, and you've got a lot more stories to put out there. Well, in putting this story together, what challenges did you come across?
Not any.
Not any?
I did.
Good. Well, that's good.
It just flowed onto the paper. And I have 2 little furry friends, cats that I have. They help me out. They help me out. The one cat, she wouldn't let me write, so I'd have to push her away. But other than that, friends have inspired me. My patients have inspired me. And within my book, I have letters that patients have written are incorporated in that. And I'll never forget the first chiropractor I worked for. He was just out of college. His name is Dr. Ed Ulf. And it was the first chiropractic office I worked in Hayward. And his brother didn't have time to teach me anything about the office. I also have been an X-ray technician. And so I learned to load X-ray cassettes. Ed, and his letter in there, he's my hero. And he taught me everything. And he just said I was like a sponge. I absorbed everything. And I like to learn things new. But he's another one I dedicated the book to. And also Dr. Michael Pettigo, unfortunately, it's in memory. I spent 11 years with him as his massage therapist, X-ray technician, and I did vitals on patients and did exercises. But I've learned so much in my life, never knowing that I was going to learn what I know today in healthcare, because I was supposed to be teaching physical education and biology in the classroom. But someone wanted me to go on and go further into a journey to come where I am today. And I wouldn't trade what I'm doing today for anything.
Well, that's a good thing, because that would be a real bummer, because I wouldn't have had a chance to meet you.
And I just want to say to Bonnie, thank you very much for your guidance in my book. And I just appreciate everything that people do for me. I appreciate the opportunity of being here today and meeting your staff here. They're great, and I never knew I would be doing this either. And
there's always something new on the horizon.
I know, and it's something new out there, and it's meant to be. Mm-hmm. What happens is meant to be. And that's the way it goes.
Well, I think that's a great way it's going, because you are certainly sharing your story in a very big way. One thing I've heard you say quite often is tell and ask others, you've got to write your story. You've got to write your story. Mm-hmm. So your passion you're sharing, not only in this book, but you've shared with me that you're starting a new book.
Yes.
So why don't you share with me about that, and then we're going to go back to how do you get others to step up and put their memories out there, whether it's in a book or a videotape or something that records their story. It could be the recording of their life history. It could be a recording of like yours. This is your passion, your journey, your life of what you have done. Mm-hmm. It could be a family photo album, whatever. But I'd like to know how you would motivate those. But going back to the other question regarding your new book that's coming out.
I have been thinking a long time in terms of, I've had cats for a long time. And if you have a cat, watch a cat. My next book is going to be about cats are natural athletes. They don't have to use their brain. They're already, from the time they are kittens, they wrestle, they do gymnastics on balancing, they play soccer by batting a little wad of paper. And I've watched my cats over a period of time, and I've made my decision. They are going to be the center focus. Also the fact that you've heard of therapy dogs and cats. Mm-hmm. I'm going back to the concept of energy. When cats are very in tune to their environment, They know when you don't feel good. If you own a cat and if you don't feel good, a lot of times, I mean, my cats do, they will come up and lay. If my knee hurts or something or whatever, which is never, they will come up and live, sit next to you. It's an energy exchange.
You know what? That's interesting because I've had that experience, actually have it all the time with my cat, and especially because I've had some stomach problems.
They'll lay right on your stomach.
He'll lay right on my stomach, or like this morning I heard him meowing down the hallway, and 3 o'clock in the morning I go and get him, and he comes and lays down, and he's a little purrmobile, but that purring is a very soothing feel.
Yes.
And maybe this is what you're going to explore in the book, but that purring, I know, physically changes me. I can physically feel a calmness just center through my body, and it also helps me fall asleep.
Energy exchange. Dogs do the same thing, and I certainly don't want to leave dogs out. And people who have therapy dogs and cats will take them into nursing homes. A cat will lay on an elderly person's lap, and it's a soothing thing. And I've also noticed with my little female cat, they always look like they're meditating too. She closes her eyes halfway, and what they're doing, they're rebalancing their energy within their body.
Now that's really interesting. I can't wait to read this book because there's a lot that you can explore. Because obviously we've read and we know about a lot of service dogs, but I don't think anybody's really addressed cats in this way.
If you go back to the history, I'm working on the history of cats. If you go back to Egypt, cats were very, very important in the Egyptian home. And so I'm studying now the history of cats, how they've evolved from back in the Egyptian days. It's interesting. I'm learning a lot myself. And then the fact that, of course, different breeds of cats, but I'm just taking the common concept of where cats, their history, how they've gotten into where they are now, and how important they are as far as the energy concept. And again, I'm into learning more and more about energy. It's part of life.
Well, that's a really amazing concept that you're going to be focusing on because it is part of life.
Right.
You feel it when you're around someone. You feel someone's
Negative,
positive energy or negative. And the negative one you want to get away from as fast as you possibly can. You know, it's like, just stick me on a roller skate so I can get away. Or the one that's positive, you just really want to be in that person's realm. You want to share that environment with them.
Right. And again, I put at the end of sessions in massage, I go through a breathing session. I have the patient and client start deep breathing, exhale slowly, and then they breathe this concept through each body part. And then when they get to their toes, they wiggle their toes so that I know that. And what this does, the breathing concept, and they're moving energy, because I've been moving energy, it gets them to rebalance the muscular groups.
So now, do you work with men and women?
Yes. I also work with children if they're under 18, where a patient or a parent or guardian is with them.
And so it's approved by the parent or the guardian?
Right. No, they have to have a parent or guardian within the room.
Okay. So when you're working with the patients, you're obviously looking at the different dynamics that person has, that they're bringing to the table, basically. And you are working with them on multiple levels, not only the physical, but you're working on the energetic. But I'm also hearing maybe spiritual as well?
That will come into it at some point, which they bring in themselves.
Okay.
I don't really mention the word spiritual, quote.
Because some people might get that
misconstrued
or might intermix it with energy, because in some of
Exactly.
the energy practices, spiritual energy goes together.
Right. And again, when they complete, the session is completed, I'll say, how do you feel? And within 2 to 3 days, I call and follow up on every patient that I have and client.
You're excellent at that.
That because I need to know, am I doing what I'm doing to help? And when they give me the positive feedback, then they're put on a maintenance program. And I will say that for the most part, since I've been up here in 6 years, most of my clients have been by referral. I really don't advertise. Quote.
No, I don't think you advertise at all, except for the flyers I've seen in Dr. Hornick's office, but
Yeah.
that is the only place I think I have ever seen them.
Right.
So you are building an excellent business.
I try, and it goes up and down like anything else.
But you know, I have to ask this crazy question. Do you get to massage cats too?
Do I get massage
Massage cats too?
Actually,
Because you do massage, I mean, they have a horse massage therapist, they have,
I do my cats.
I'm just asking,
Yeah,
figured I'd ask. I
They
mean,
will.
you know, heck, I mean, they massage you and they bring you energy and positive energy. I thought I'd ask, so.
Yeah, or do their ears or whatever.
And they like that.
Yeah.
So given what you have brought to life, your story, and now your upcoming story, if you were to tell someone, because I know you have, why is it important to share your memoirs or to share your life legacy?
Well, I think it's important to stimulate and motivate people to take a look at their life. Are they just existing to be existing? Put it in paper, put it down. You know, maybe someone will read it, maybe they won't. It was important for me to do it, that this is how I feel inside, and I want to share it, and hopefully it will stimulate and motivate someone to pick a profession that they can grow in and let it become the passion. Not that you get up every day and go to work with a job that you don't want to really do. I get up in the morning, do my routine, and then I know I've got either patients or clients, and it keeps me going. And my passion grows even more and more and more.
You know, having that life legacy is essential. And whether it's passed on within your industry or passed on in your community, I mean, you could even your life legacy may be that you've been really involved in the community and you want to leave a bench with your name on it and donate it to the organization you've been involved with, or it may be that you want to buy a brick for, maybe you're a Vietnam vet and you want to donate to the Vietnam Wall or do something like that. It's your option to be able to do these things. Well, on this note, this is really fabulous, and I have to tell you, Sandra, it's just amazing to work with you. You're an amazing woman to know.
Thank you
and I
kindly.
want to thank you for being here with us. And again, thank you all for joining us here on the Sandwich Crunch.